Hi everyone, welcome to the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. Today we're talking about daisy chains. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. All right, daisy chain. This was a very popular stitch back in the 60s or 70s. Used a lot in chokers, very hippie-like chokers. But now I think they're still very beautiful as a beautiful bracelet. So let's learn how to do the daisy chain stitch. I want to show you this one. This one is with a size 8 seed bead, and this is with a size 11. So you can use any size seed beads you want, or even not even seed beads. Make them any way you like. And you can use all the colors in the world. They're so variable. So let's get to that seed bead stitch. I'm going to use the size 8s because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So here we go. Let's get started. First of all, I've got a length of fire line. I think this is a 4-pound in black. I like the black the best. It seems to disappear into my seed beads really well. So I've just put this little bead stopper on the end. You could use a stop bead for those of you that know what that is. This one is like a little spring. You squeeze it and it opens up, and then you can put your thread in there. And that is literally a bead stopper just to keep the beads from falling off the other end of my thread. So now we're going to add 3 green seed beads. 1, 2, 3. We're going to add our jump ring. So we'll be all ready for clasp later. 3 more green seed beads. And 2 purple beads. 1, 2. All of those on there. Pull that down to our bead stopper. I'm going to go through them again to make a circle, but I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm going to go through the 3 greens, through 3 more greens, and out through the first purple so that my needle is coming out between the 2 purples. Because that purple is where my flower is going to start. So this is just like the beginning little base, just a place to start. Those sort of represent leaves, I suppose. I'm going to add 1 yellow and 3 purple. 1, 2, 3. And these are going to go back. You see where my thread's coming out right here? I'm going to go through both purples here. Ta-da, ta-da. Making sort of a little loop. This is going to be just half of my little flower. And then I'm going to add 3 more purples. Oops, let's get everything tightened up. Tightened up. There we go. I'm going to add 3 more purples. And I'm going to go the same direction through that bead, just 1 bead right there. And that completes 1 flower. The flower has, basically it has 2 beads on each side. So we've got like basically a north, east, south, and west. So we've got 2 beads on each side, an 8-petaled flower, if you will. Now we want to make a little space between the flowers, so I'm going to do a little green loop. I'm going to pick up 1 green bead, 2 purples, and 1 green. I'm going to make a loop that comes around this way. I'm going to go through both of the purple seed beads to make a little loop. And you can see these are going to be the 2 petals on my next flower. So where my thread came out here, I'm going to go back through that green and through the purple. I'll pull that through. And now I'm ready to start another flower. And we're going to keep doing that over and over as long as we want this chain to be, this daisy chain. Let me do another one. So we're going to add a yellow for our center and 3 purples. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to make a loop that goes this direction through both of these purple base seed beads. And that makes 1/2 of the flower. Keeping everything all nice and tight. Pull it tight. And then we're going to add 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3 of the purple to finish this circle. And we're going to go through this 1 purple bead at the top. Did I do that right? Yes. See, and there's my 8-petaled seed bead. I've got another one. And then we go for another leaf loop. Green, 2 purples, green, and we make the leaf loop by going through the top 2 purple beads. There's my leaf section. And we're going to go through that green and the purple, so we're coming out between the base purple beads. And that's where we add the yellow and the 3 purples, and we keep going. We keep going until we get to this point. Here's one I've been doing for a while. So I've finished up right here. I'm ready to add a leaf loop. Green, 2 purples, green, through these 2 seed beads. Let me get centered. Through these 2 seed beads. There's my leaf loop. Keep going around till I'm coming out between the 2 purples. And I can add my first half of the flower, a yellow and 3 purples, going through both of these beads here. Ta-da! Now I'm going to add the second half of my flower, which is 3 more purples. And go through that 1 seed bead right there. Ta-da! At this point, we're all nice and snug and tight. We can add our second jump ring for the other end for the clasp. So I'm going to add 3 green beads, my jump ring, and 3 more green beads, and go through both of these purple beads at the top. There you have it. So now you can tie some half hitches, you can glue, whatever way makes you happy to finish off your seed beads. I like to go through this a couple times because I feel like this is where all the strain and pressure is right here where this jump ring is. So I want to go through that a couple of times to strengthen it up a little bit. And I can tie this off any way I want. You weave back through your piece. I actually do like to weave back through the piece a few times. Make a half hitch knot. Just going to go through there and under my thread to make that half hitch knot. Make sure it lands where I want it. Right there. And I can knot that a couple times. Add a little bit of glue. There you have it. Just add your clasp onto those jump rings and you have a daisy chain beaded bracelet. And now that you've learned this basic chain, ooh, I want to challenge you a little bit. Try out this one, this fancy little girl. Isn't she pretty? Looks kind of like a peacock, but this is just another version of the daisy chain. Go out there and explore with all the colors in the world and have fun. Thank you ever so much for joining me here at FireMountainGems.com. Happy beading! Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.